Callies, how y'all doing? It's a beautiful Saturday, or it's Sunday. I don't know what I'm talking about, Sunday. It's Sunday, and well, last night my mom, she works over by Coronado Island, and she asked us, her car, like yesterday on her way to work, it broke down at Food for Less where she lives. So basically, and she needed a way back home, and she doesn't live far from us. So we said okay. So we she said she got off at 7:30 in the morning. My husband got off at 4:30. So I hit him up, said, can we go get her? You know, and a lot of you from San Diego, you know, Coronado's that big old bridge you go over. And so he was like, all right. So we went. I just stayed up. I didn't go to sleep. I was watching adoption videos, watching documentaries about some crazy stuff going on in the UK. Like, they're stealing people's kids. Like, basically, let's say you have your child, and let's say kids babies fall. I fell as a baby. So let's say you're playing with your child, and your child like bumps their head and gets like a lump. You take them to the doctor, like, okay, he fell playing around, I want to make sure he's okay. Well, in the UK, they'll start doing an investigation with CPS, and they'll be like, this don't seem like, or social services as they call it out there, and they was like, seemed to me like, oh, this child was actually abused, not really accident. And they'll just start doing CPS proceedings and come and take your child from you, like, oh, you're abusive. Or they'll say, oh, well, we're trying to protect them from future abuse, and come just take your child. And a dad, he actually recorded, because they had, I think him and his wife had like 2 or 3 other kids, or maybe 2 kids, and then his wife was pregnant with a new baby, and at the hospital they called CPS because I guess they saw that they already had 2 kids taken away, and he actually recorded them coming into his house and taking the baby. And in the UK where they live, Parliament or whatever, you're not allowed to speak out like, okay, my child was taken from me. You're not allowed to do that over there. You're supposed to keep hush hush, which is weird. But since what he did was he recorded it and then he put it on Facebook, and a lot of people are outraged. Newspapers were outraged, and they started court proceedings to try to take him to jail. But I don't think they ended up taking him to jail. But they were about to. But it was a lot of stories on there about how this one lady, she was a couple, right? Well, the lady was in the living room. Her husband was in the room. He was about to get the baby a bath. He laid the baby on the bed, and the baby did what most baby did, is roll. And the baby rolled and started to fall off the bed. And the dad tried to run and catch him, but it was too late. The baby fell. Well, once the baby fell, the baby's eyes started rolling back, and the dad called the ambulance. And the mom freaked out because she thought the baby was dying. So, like, she freaked out in a second, and like she was just sitting there. And so the ambulance guy that came to the house, he decided he was going to take that as, oh, the mom's not mentally stable, and going to call social services on them. And social services came to the house, and they said, oh, the wife's, oh, we don't believe the story that the baby fell on his head. We think that the mom did something to him. And they took the baby from them. They had to go 3 times a week to visit their baby for a while. They had to fight in court to prove that they did not harm the baby, and there was not going to be any physical harm. Like, they said a lot of people over there they're actually fleeing where they live to go to like France or something, because CPS over there and social services where they at in the UK are just taking your kids. Like, it's scary. Some lady who was very high, like, she got a very good job and husband and stuff, and she was feeling a little depressed. And she went to her psychiatrist and was telling the psychiatrist, you know, I've been feeling depressed and I worry about my son. Not that she was going to hurt him, but just where, you know, like, kids can pick up on stuff. That's all she said. She was like, oh, well, I got to get social services involved. And once social services got involved, they tried to take her kid from her, but she was able to fight it. But, so I was watching that. I was just watching some good documentaries last night. I was like, man. Then I was watching another one about, like, people in, like, dang, I can't think, it's a Latin country, and a lot of them are, you know, they don't use contraceptive over there, you know, like condoms. Like they said, a lot of the guys, they don't want to wear them because they don't feel good, and they don't teach the people over there, like, hey, you need to strap it up. and women, you need to take stuff. Like they're not big into that, and a lot of people are having unwanted pregnancies or babies they can't take care of, and taking them to orphanages. And there's a Russian lady who's a nun who like take care of a lot of the kids, and there was a lot of international adoptions over there. I wish I gotta go to my history. While I'm talking to y'all. Okay, I'm about to look it up because I really want you guys to. I'll come back. I was watching Raven Elise. I'll come back to what she was talking about. But I'm going to go in my history, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I was watching. Let's see. Go to history. And basically, over there, they're not teaching them, hey, you need to strap it up. And a lot of these kids, okay, here it is. It's in Guatemala. Is where it is. And they're just having kids and dropping these kids off. And they said international adoptions were booming over there, like booming. And they said, the lady said, her alone, she saw 10,000 kids a year being adopted internationally. Well, UNICEF, as from what the documentary says, UNICEF, they haven't said they don't approve. They haven't said they don't approve of international adoptions, but allegedly, according to this film, they said that they don't. Obviously, the people that made the film said that UNICEF doesn't agree with it, and they felt like a lot of Guatemalan kids need to stay in Guatemala so they can stay with their heritage and yada yada yada. And it's like the kids are not learning their heritage. They're being dropped off places, and one baby, they said the baby was found in a damn plastic bag in the garbage, and somebody. It's really sad. They said somebody found, they found the baby because they said dogs had started to eat at the baby. Like the baby was brand new born and was trying to eat the baby, but they said luckily they only ate sounds gross, but they ate the umbilical cord, and she wasn't too badly injured when they got her, and somebody found her, rushed her to the hospital. Like, that's sad that you drop a baby in a trash can. They probably teenagers over there, who knows how old they are, and they're just dropping kids. And they said it was 10,000 kids a year being adopted, and then Guatemala shut off the international adoptions because of, I guess, UNICEF had them agree to do something. And they're like, oh yeah, we agree with the heritage thing. And they said in Guatemala, they decided, okay, we'll open up adoption where, just in Guatemala alone, they went from 10,000 a year, 10,000 kids a year being adopted internationally to, in Guatemala, they counted 36 adoptions that year, whatever year it was, probably the year after they stopped. Let's see. Now, this documentary was uploaded onto Facebook 2011. I don't know exactly what year it's from. But they had about 5,000 to, it says 2007 is when they cut it off, the adoptions. 2007 is when they cut off. So they had, in 2007 and the years before, they had multiple kids getting adopted. And now they said only 36 kids are being adopted in Guatemala. And that means multiple kids are just sitting, just like in America, are just sitting in these shelters and places, just sitting there until they age out, basically. And it's like, oh, so much for keeping your heritage. Like, they're not learning their heritage. They're barely hanging on. And it's like they could have had a loving home with people that take care of them. But that's really sad for the kids. Like, freaking people are so they don't even drop their kids off anymore. And they said another big thing that's going on in Guatemala is kidnapping and sex trafficking. And somebody put in the comment section of the video that they heard, that they saw somewhere, that they said a lot of these moms that are having these babies, instead of dropping them off at the places now so they can be adopted, they're selling the kids to the sex traffickers. I'm like, oh, that makes me sad. Maybe because they don't have any money, but it's like, that's depressing that this child's gonna grow up in that now, because it's like, and then, yeah, somebody was like, well, maybe they should just stop having kids. The world, that's not the way the world works, and people get urges and they're not going to stop having kids. It's just not going to happen. So they need to open up the international adoptions again, and multiple kids will get adopted. It's really sad. It's a couple I actually watch on YouTube. They're called You Parent, Y-O-U Parent, and they have 2 older kids that biologically, and then they adopted 5 kids. They adopted 3 kids from Ethiopia, They adopted their daughter from Guatemala and their son from like Ukraine, and guess what? Also, Ethiopia also closed off their international adoptions. They're no longer doing it either. Why? The courts closed, so they're no longer doing it. I don't remember why they said they were no longer doing it. I forgot. But like a lot of kids in Ethiopia, they're sitting there with like dirty clothes and stuff, and like they could be adopted with a family that loves them, that could take care of them, and they're not. And it's sad because these kids, you know, they just have to stick with it. They have to stay there because they closed. I forget exactly why they said they did it, but you know, this couple that I actually watched a video, they adopted multiple, like some kids from China. They adopted 2 boys from the Congo, and they adopted one other girl from somewhere else. And the 2 boys they adopted from the Congo, it took them, they went over there to visit them, and it took them 2.5 years to get the kids to come over here because remember they closed the adoptions. But by the grace of the Lord, they were able to, the boys were able to come. So they're now home. One is very older boy, and the other one's like a little, look like he's about 9. But yeah, it was a pretty good documentaries I was watching. It was some crazy stuff. But I'm just sitting here. I was just in the bathroom there, because my legs was looking like, woo, it's another hot day. So I decided I was going to use my Nair. So I'm going to show you guys my legs. Look at that. No hair. Smooth. I don't think the light is too bright outside, so you can't really see. But yeah, I use that Nair. Got my legs all smooth. It's first day of spring, so it's hot. I feel like summer, really. But I'm just laying here. I was watching Raven Elise TV. I was watching her new Ravens Week vlog. And last night I was fooling around with my Gold Digger book, like looking at adoption agencies and stuff and writing it down. And I was also looking at this book, which is What to Expect Before You're Expecting. And I was just looking at it. I still pray that it happens at least one child naturally. So I still look at that book and stuff. And I was just looking at different things. And yesterday's vlog, I told you guys that I was going to be announcing something, that it wasn't about me. And now that they announced it, I can announce it. I am officially about to be a auntie godmom again. My best friend and her boo-boo are having a baby. They're expecting, what do you call it? She's taken 3 pregnancy tests. They're like the digital first response. She's taken 3 now, and they've all come back as yes. So she's actually has an appointment next month on like the 16th or something to actually get the ultrasound they do done and see how far along she is. So I'm excited. She's excited, and of course her man is excited. He started telling people right away at work, and they announced it on Facebook yesterday. So that's why I'm now announcing it. I didn't want to do anything without somebody else's permission. But she's excited, and I know my godson is going to be excited because he's been asking his mom for a sister for years. And obviously she just hasn't had the right chance or the right guy, but her dude seemed really cool. He seemed like a really cool dude, so he's excited. He loves her son, so like he's excited to have his own little seed. And you know, he's always posting about her on Facebook, and you know, he's a real cool dude. So I'm excited for them. But I've been yapping long enough. Let me get off of here and get back to watching Raven's vlog. Peace. Hey y'all, so it's wash day. I didn't really do nothing today but sleep in. I stayed up for my husband again after he got off of work, so I just got done putting some stuff in my hair, so I'm about to go take me a shower and wash my hair. But for my hair, I'm just about out of these 2 shampoos, so I need to get more. So I used both of them. One of the ones I was using was the Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla shampoo. This is this, and I have a little bit of the conditioner left. I have to get some more. I got it at Target. And then I also was using this Authentic African Black Soap. Yeah, I got that from Hagen's. They're not open anymore because they were so expensive. But I got this when they were closing. You can use that for your face. You can use that for cleaning, washing your hair, taking a shower. And then I don't have the Tresemme Naturals, but I have one bottle of the Tresemme used by professionals advanced technology, the luxurious moisture for dry damaged hair. Now I've been using this one for conditioner because I'm just about out of my Carol's Daughter one. I need to get some more. I also want to get the Showing Moisture line. I want to get the, I forget what it's called, but a lot of people use it. It's like Repair. It's a repair one. I want to get some of that. I want to get a lot of the Shea Moisture products. Just haven't had a chance to get them. And they're really expensive. Like, we went to the beauty supply store yesterday, and they were like, or the other day, and they were like 20 bucks for one thing. So I was like, I'll wait. But I just wanted to get on here. It's Monday afternoon. It's about 4 because we slept in all the way to 3. But yeah, ooh, my curls are popping. I don't think, can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see. I can't even see if it's coming through, but wow. Because I have shampoo in it right now. Like, dang, my curls are popping though. But yeah, they're really popping right now. Like, but I'm about to wash this out. I'll probably turn this back on when we leave the house because we're going to go get something to eat before he has to go to work tonight. And I called my job to request my husband's birthday off. And he put in a request for vacation a couple weeks ago for his birthday. So I pray they give it to him off so we can have his birthday off together. But anyways, I'm going to holler at you guys later so I can wash his hair because it's getting itchy. Peace. Hello, 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 I'm back. I finished washing my hair. And, huh? What? President. I don't know, honey. I'll talk to you in a second, okay? Because if show ain't, you know who. Yeah, so I washed my hair and I decided to do this. I mean, I did a style like this similar before a couple of years ago in the picture that me and my husband have hanged up in our house, but it was like the ponytail wasn't puffed out in a curl like I have it now. It was like wrapped up in a bun. And so basically my hair is it's shrinkage, so my hair is really longer than this, but it's puffed. The back is like puffed out and like a little fro. The top I put in the ponytail and then left it puffed out. And so yeah, this is a little cute style. About to get some food. I'm hungry. Sometimes, you know, when you do a wash and go. Oh, I put some. I'll show you guys once again the products I use. And the fourth product, which I forgot to put on there, is because I have the whole line. The Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla Leave-In Conditioner. So that's what it looks like. And that's what you put in, you know. So I spray that in and I style my hair and boom. I'm getting ready to head out the door to get some food with my boo-boo. I'm hungry. And I'll probably turn this back on when we're out and about before he has to go to work. So, or maybe I'll wait till I get back. It's probably going to be dark by the time I get back. So I don't know. But by the time you guys see this, I need to edit to Monday's vlog. And I shall upload that. So see y'all later, Callie.